This playthrough is rated M for mature.
Can't go like this. I'm gonna do something.
Well, we were married to dawn till death do you part, but whose death will it be? Greetings and salutations, viewers. Vauldemare here with the finale of Phantasmagoria. In the last episode, well, the body count continued to rise. Don's going crazy, and we found out what we needed to know from the boy, or now old man, who lived there. And unfortunately, he told us that we basically accidentally unleashed a demon upon this place. So now we got to do something to finish this whole thing off. Now the final, this whole, I don't know why I went up. Actually, I could check her case. Basically, this last chapter is like a set of scenes that kind of goes on after a point, and there won't really be much time for me to comment, at least to go through it initially. What I might do is I'll do a bonus episode afterwards, because there's a lot of stuff in this that you can see and do because of various interactions, and this is, well, I'll go over that here in a second. I guess, and we already checked our computer last time. Now, if we want to go to the end of the game, we need to go to the dark room to encounter Don, and as you saw during the cutscene, he's going a little crazy. But yeah, let's check that painting that we saw earlier. How's that thing doing? Yep, the painting's completed, so now we see the demon himself. If you want a better look at it, if you didn't get enough time by looking at it there, if you look at the Lenora's photo there, you get a much better, longer length of time to look at the demon picture there. But anyway, skip that. Okay, so yeah, we finally see the completion of the demon picture. Now, a lot of the stuff I'm about to do, you can actually do during the final segment of the game. But there's a couple things you can do now. If you have the cross, I think it's either the brooch or cross. You can't. You don't need this glass shard here. Or no, it's the rosary I'm thinking of. Never mind. But still. But there's a glass shard we could get. You could actually pick that up during the... Yeah, if we have the, I forgot what that item was. There was like a brooch thing you could get. If you still have it in your inventory, you could use that instead of the glass shard for what we need. But yeah, this glass shard is just a glass shard. Yeah. And yeah, you can't do the picture with the baby. You can't click it 4 times here because it's broken at this point. Alright, let's go downstairs. Yeah, as far as I'm aware, there's really not... There's a few things to check, but most of the stuff can be done during the final segments. But there's no new, like... There's not a whole lot of new stuff to really check out. It's really just starting the final finale or whatever. But yeah, if you click on the dark room here, you'll basically set up the final scenes. And it's basically an well, I mean, this whole thing's an interactive movie. But, there's not a whole lot of... It's basically turns into a dragon's lair scene in the final stretches. I'm trying to remember if there's anything extra in the jewelry box in the final bit.
The ring. It's gone. Who could have taken it?
I think I could have checked that earlier. Maybe I did. I did take a small break in between recordings of this, so I usually like to record stuff in long chunks, but sometimes life gets in the way and you forget. Now we already know about the close that back up. We already know about the missing cigarette. I mean, you haven't already guessed it's Don. Don's been doing all that because he's possessed by a demon at this point. And so it's just all about to come to a head. Oh, yeah. How about we just get out of here?
What?
Yeah, so, and they actually give I mean, obviously it's magic or demon or whatever, but she actually tries to break out, so at least she tries before the house is like, no, you're not leaving for the finale. Yeah, we're stuck in the house. We can't do anything about it. And I'm trying to remember if there's anything else to really... Most of the interactions you could do, now that it's the final section, there's really not really much to actually add to it, like going down the cellar, unless you hadn't seen some of those before. We want to go into the crypt, though. Oh yeah, I'm trying to... Actually, is the... Let me see if the absinthe... Well, absinthe, I believe, was empty. Whoops, no, we don't want... Yeah, you can't even check it anymore. Never mind. Now, I missed this... well, I knew about it, but I accidentally forgot to do this during the... When I was recording it. I missed going into the crypt early. If you, yeah, there's a little arrow to have you go this way now. Oh yeah, and the box has been knocked out, as you can see here.
What the hell?
I mean, we're not gonna put it back or anything. We're just gonna look at it and go, what the hell, and that's it. Actually, I don't think this has anything else to add. Oh, okay. Just skipping it just makes you get past this part. Okay. Well, anyway. Yeah, I forgot to go here. Even though I knew about it, I just forgot to record it during the episode. So you're like the last episode. So yeah, there's a. Yeah, there's a secret passageway down here that leads into the crypts. We could have gone here earlier. And I want to show off what happens when you come here earlier, because I forgot to do that last time. Because there's a few interactions you can do here if you come here. Yeah, there's supposed to be an item down here, but we can't get it yet because, well, we can't get it in this one because I got the cross here. If you already grabbed the cross, if you didn't grab the cross, there'd be rosary beads here, but since I got the cross, I don't need, so you can actually skip a step during the final segments, so. Yeah, Mary Carnavash is buried there, and then this one is. Yeah, Zoltan Carnavash, and you can do something interesting here if you come here on the previous day. Which I'll show here in a second, so.
Poor little kid.
Such a big sarcophagus for a little kid. And then this leads us to. Man, that girl's so skinny. She could squeeze through the bars. But yeah, those are the bars you can see from the outside, and this is us actually getting to it. But yeah, the real reason I come here early is if you don't want to mess with it during the final confrontation with Dawn. Spoilers: we're going to confront Dawn, as you couldn't have already guessed. There it is. Okay, let's see, there's supposed to be... Oh yeah, we need to go to the theater. There's one thing we can find there. I said you could... All this stuff you could do during the final bit. It's just I'm just taking care of it now. Yeah, let's go into the room here. The dressing room or whatever. And here we'll find a coat. All right, so we found the snowman here. Yeah, he left in his jacket. The scene is slightly different if you do it during the final sequences, but yeah. So, but I'm gonna save a lot of that stuff for the bonus episode because there's a lot of stuff in the final disc that could easily never be seen because of just all the variances on what could happen to it. I mean, there is a... The ending, the final scenes are pretty much, you have to do this, this, and this. That's pretty much it. But I'm talking about, like, all the variations on, like, you know, encountering at a certain point, failing, stuff like that. And it could be a little bit, oh, right, I was going to show off before we do the final bit. Let me show off what, go ahead and save it here. All right, let me load up another save. Oops. I might have to go back to the main menu. Wait, was okay. Yeah, let me back up. Yep, oops, wrong one. Okay. Alright, let me load up this file there. This is where we're at the Krypton days. Is it 5 or 6? One of the two, but anyway. Okay. Yeah, you can go here a lot earlier. It's just I was in my notes, but for whatever reason I just forgot to go down there. Actually, I think this cutscene's the same. Yeah, we can check the coffins again, but we get something a little bit different this time when we oh, I forgot to grab the poker. Whoops. Let me sorry about that. I thought I made a save where I grabbed the poker by this point. Let's see. Oh wait, no, I didn't want to go down. Let me go back down. I could swore I saved it where I got the fire poker by this point, but I guess not. Okay, well, that'd take... Just skipping some of the scenes, I can easily do that, so... Okay. Grab the poker again. Okay, because we need that for what... For when we go into the crypt. So... Maybe I deleted the one that went into the crypt. Well, whatever. Alright, back the way we came. Okay, back inside. Oh yeah, show off what happens when you go out at night this time. Yeah, it's basically the same cutscene. It's just at night this time, so. I don't think she has new dialogue here. I think it's all the same. Yeah, I think the only coffins that she says anything about is these two. Okay, well at least I know she says something when you click on Zoltan's.
Carno, I found you.
Okay, yeah, she gets that, and instead, yeah, for some reason on the final day, she doesn't say that for some reason. But if we use the poker on the crypts. Yeah, she tried to steal from him. What were you, grave robbing lady? Anyway, check Zoltan.
To my angel, from Marie.
Yeah, creepy. See, I don't get that unless you come here earlier. So, well, anyway, okay, so we're done with that. So let's. All right, let's finish this game, shall we? Okay, so the final scene is basically a long cutscene with small interactions in between, and I feel like it'll probably be more appropriate for me to just do it. And then when I do the bonus episode, I'll talk about my thought processes and I'll show off all the different variations. I don't know if I'll show off every single variation because I'm not aware of every single one, but there's a lot of variation to this final encounter. What I'll do is I'll show off as much as I can. that I need to show up before the end. Like, there's certain things you can come across while during the final segments that you might miss if you go just straight to the, because I could just go straight to the end segment by clicking on this and then just doing a couple of things, and then I'll boom skip a lot of the final section. But I don't want to do that, obviously. So all right, prepare your butts.
Oh my god.
You like my work?
Oh my god.
A woman's body is a wonderful thing, but the head is useless. You're a very good subject, Adrienne. You cooperated with me very well.
You're gonna come up and join the party? I think so. Come on, Adrienne. Honey, I feel like making love. Adrienne! How did you like my gift? Adrienne! Adrienne! How are you? Adrienne! 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 Ah!
Remember this? Remember when you gave that to me? Please don't do this to us. Please, Daddy. I love you. God, it's in Latin. Can I remember this? State intra circulum magicum. Let's see. Stand inside circle. Magic circle. I'm already in the circle. Ponete fascinum in paganum apertum liberi. Place talisman in open book page. Talisman? Shit. Sanguinum, humanum, superfacinum. Drip blood from a live, living man. Person over the talisman. Can I do this? Tenete hoc vetum superfacinum et cantite hoc carmen. Hold blessed item over talisman and say this incantation.
And thus we see the end of Phantasmagoria and Adrienne living through the horrors of what she just witnessed. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, I kind of messed up. I probably will leave all the editing out or whatever in this one, just because I messed up at a couple of spots, clicking on the wrong thing and got caught by Don a couple of times. You can tell this is a 90s game because of the ending music. Did they get this from King's Quest 6 with the silly music for the end of it? Well, I wouldn't call it silly, but it seems almost inappropriate for it. What can I say about Phantasmagoria? It is an interesting like time capsule into adventure gaming when it was starting to kind of, because adventure gaming was slowly starting to lose favor at the time when this game came out. It was slowly starting to go down, and this game was made specifically to be really easy. And it was supposed to be a gateway game to point-and-click adventure games for other people. That's why the game is relatively short comparatively, and it's easy. I mean, with the hint system, it makes it even easier than the game already is. Like, there's really not much difficulty in terms of the puzzles. It's all pretty much straightforward. And yeah, Roberta Williams wanted to get more people interested, but it's weird that she chose a horror game to be the entryway to a point-and-click adventure game. Like, was that really going to get the people to play it? As far as I'm aware of, this game I think it did okay, I think in terms of sales, but it didn't do anything groundbreaking. They did do a sequel to this game, but it's technically not a sequel to this story. It's like its own thing, and Roberta Williams had nothing to do with the sequel. So I take with that as you will. I don't even think I played the sequel now that I think about it. I lost track of point-and-click adventure games after this point, I think, because a lot of them weren't very good, or they were kind of like, they were starting to become cookie cutter, and I didn't find them as interesting after a point. Yeah, overall the game, horror. The problem with this game is probably at the time of this game coming out, it was like very scary. Maybe, well, I wouldn't say scary. Maybe like very horrific because of some of the cutscenes and the way things went near the end. But nowadays, because of the FMV sequences, they're now almost kind of comical. Because just, anything from that time, they use the cutscenes. There's a few games, modern point-and-click adventure games that try to do FMV sequences again, but maybe a little bit more cleaner. But this game kind of has a soft spot in my heart just because of how silly it is. And I have to give Don's actor credit. He really hams. I didn't even show half the scenes where he just goes over the wall bonkers. His crazy laughter. It sounds like he's having a blast playing the villain at the end, because he just does these crazy laughs and all this. I didn't even show the other character death. I accidentally, if you get the snowman too early, you can't go into the theater to see the scene because you already got the item. Because the game, Dawn will capture you if you've already got an item from a spot, or if there's no way to get out of it. So you have to like redo to a previous scene to where you can get it. And the part I messed up on was I was misclicking going down the stairs to get the book, because the book is the final thing you need to obviously start the enchantment. If you don't, you can't win the scenario, you die. So I didn't want to go through that whole thing just to do that. I might cut out where I go to the final scenes where you Dawn. I kind of wish I let those play out a little bit longer, but the thing is, I forgot what the timing is on that, because you can die if you wait too long on a lot of those sections, so I wanted to get through them as soon as I can. But when I do the bonus episode, I'll leave a lot of the scenes playing. That way you get to see the full scope of the voice acting and everything like that. It's just for the finale, I kind of wanted to make sure I did it at least with as little error. And I mean, it's not like it's hard. I just, like I said, I misclicked a couple of times. And there are a lot of like, I believe on the original disc, I don't know if you can do it on this version, the one I got through GOG. I don't know if you can view all the videos through that file, because the original discs on this game had video files that you could access through certain video players, and it shows all the movie scenes of all, like when Adrienne and Dawn and all that occur. And there's like the final disc has a ton of like movies, because all the deaths, there's a bunch of variations on the deaths when Dawn gets you, or when he kills you, or if you use certain items on Dawn at certain points, and they end up being your death. And it's just crazy, like how many different variations on the final chase sequences. And yeah, now you can and if you want to watch, if you don't want to when you play the final chapter and you either quit or finish it, you can watch the final chapter in review mode, which is just you watch the cutscene without having to worry about clicking anything. You just watch it play, which is an interesting little feature. And you can do that by just starting new game and choosing the final chapter. You can choose chapter 7 and just start from the beginning. And you can still beat it without having to play the whole game, which is kind of sad, because the only thing you need to grab is the rosary beads. And the final chase sequence, if you do it right, you can get all the items you need to beat it. But yeah, you have to get the book. You have to get something to cut yourself. So if you don't get the glass shard, you can get the you can use the brooch, and you have to if you don't trade it in for the cross, you can click on the brooch to activate the pin on it, so you can stab yourself with it. And there's a video for you either using the glass shard or the pin to prick yourself. And you can't lose the glass shard if you have the I think it's the rosary. You can grab it, but if you use it, or I think it's if you have the brooch, you can use the glass shard to stop Dawn at one point. But that's the only thing you could do with it, that type of thing. Oh yeah, I never let this thing play out completely. And yeah, I'm not there. Like I said, it's hard to rate this game overall, because I think as an overall game, I'd probably have to rate it like maybe a 5. Maybe a 5, I think. The only thing that really elevates is some of the cheesiness of the cutscenes. But like I said, the problems with this, it's too easy. The hint systems make it really easy, which, I mean, I'm not completely against hint systems. It's just basically the hint system basically tells you what you need to do for all intents and purposes without suggesting stuff. And the final song, I think it's called Take a Stand, is completely inappropriate for the end of the game. It's like, although even with King's Quest 6 ending song, at least it kind of makes sense with it. I'm trying to think of a game with a more inappropriate final. Well, okay, overall the song isn't the most inappropriate thing. It doesn't work for what it is overall. Just like I said, the videos didn't translate well. As you can see, they're all grainy. I don't know if anyone has a HD version of this game that they did manually to fix the FMV videos, because like I said, they were all kind of grainy type of thing. And obviously the light in the dark room was like almost so bright you could barely see Adrienne. I'm trying to think of what else to really say about this game. Like I said, I enjoy it for what it is, but I clearly see the issues with the game overall. If you want another game kind of like this, if you want kind of a horror point-and-click adventure game, you should try Seventh Guest. I might play that next year, maybe. I don't remember that one as well as Phantasmagoria. Phantasmagoria is a little bit more about the FMV part of the side of it. Seventh Guest has FMV sequences too, but it's a bit more standard point-and-click in that case. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching the cheesy horror game Phantasmagoria and Sierra's try into this type of genre. I think they did better with fantasy and science fiction type of stuff more than horror. But it was just fun playing this back again after all these years. Because like I said, the last time I played this game probably was like in 2000 or something like that. It wasn't too long after the game had come out, which was 95, I think. And I didn't buy it when it first came out. I wanted to, because I saw the box, and the box was where it shows like the cloak with like white and black on it or whatever, which is really cool. I think I'll use it as the thumbnail too. It was a really cool box. And it was back in the day where PC boxes were huge, and this thing had 7 discs too. I think it was 7 discs, and that was, you had to put a new disc for every chapter basically, which is crazy. But anyway, I'm just rambling on at this point. So I said, not the greatest game, but I enjoy it for what it was and what it was trying to do. And then this definitely a time capsule of old games of old. So, well, I hope you enjoyed this horror game of funny and weird proportions. And I hope you enjoyed your horrific season with Halloween feel and flair. And who knows what I'll play next Halloween with this, like I said, maybe Seventh Guest or whatever. But I hope you enjoy your spooky season, and thanks for joining me on this journey. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next game.